Okay, my friends, let's continue with the blocking phase. When we have pauses, as we did between this and the previous video, we will perform a quick review that will help us realizing if anything needs some retouching. For example, I should adjust these proportions. The arms are too short. You can see here that with the extended hand, they should reach around half of the leg. So I will make them a bit bigger, then move them over here and rotate them a bit. Okay, same goes for the shoulders. I mean, the trapezium area should come down some more, and her neck should also be much thinner. So I will pull this down a bit and adjust the neck. Okay, I also realized that in the back part of the thorax, there's a curve that goes inwards. This shouldn't look like this. So I will push this outwards because it should be convex. So push this backwards and then smooth it out. We can also adjust the shape of the thorax down here even further. The idea is to extend it up to around the ribs height. So all this corresponds to the ribs area, the rib cage. So it should be more or less like this. Okay? And the shoulders should be just a bit thinner. Not too pronounced. Make sure the shape looks good from all angles. Okay, the buttocks are way too flat. Let's make them a little bigger. Slide it down a bit. And I'll do the same for this part of the torso. So, the transition to the buttocks looks more fluid. Let's make the butt more rounded. And keep sliding down this part of the back so it fits perfectly with the butt shape. And now we will speed up a bit while we finish polishing the character's shape. Okay. I think I will move this forearm a bit over here. That's it. I will also move down the head just a tad and scale it. I will squeeze it a bit since it feels too elongated. So with a really big brush, I will start squeezing some parts to follow the referent more closely. And I will keep rounding these shapes as I don't want to leave any irregularity. Make sure that everything looks good from all angles. We should pull the shoulders backwards a bit. Okay. And the arm is also missing some volume in the back, in this part. These parts won't actually be visible in our final model. Because as you can see, the character is wearing an armor and a chainmail. But that's no excuse for avoiding our study on the human anatomy. It's fundamental to always keep in mind the proportions, how the muscles work. It's always a topic worth our time as artists. Okay, now, we will speed up the video again while we finish adjusting this whole chest part. Okay, let's check our reference one more time. I believe we should make some adjustments to the breasts. They should actually point slightly to the sides. I will strip some volume from the chest. Same for the shoulders. Okay, I think this looks better. Let's also expand the rib cage a bit. And now I will make some adjustments to the arms. I will shrink this part a bit, make it slightly thinner, and also smoothen out the shoulders shape a little, so it looks more fluid. Let's check the lateral view. We can add some more volume at the front to the whole chest. And polish the breast's shape even more. Let's inflate this a tad. That's it. Okay, now we will finally start working on the hands and feet. I will delete this from here, and we will begin with these hands. For the hands, we will also need some reference. I have some already downloaded. I will drag the hands referent over PureRef and then go back to Blender. Okay then, for the hands, I like to start with cubes. A cube for the whole palm, and for each finger, a very simple geometry, also cube-based. Then we will add volume to these parts, at the beginning of the thumb and at the beginning of all fingers really. There's a slight increase in volume on all of them. So let's do that. I will add a new cube over here, scale it on the Z-axis, and also scale it from the top view on the Y-axis. Scale it a bit more on the Z-axis, and this will serve as the hand palm. Okay? I will rotate it while pressing Ctrl on the Z-axis to work on the front. Okay, so this will be the palm. I will go into edit mode, scale it a bit on the X-axis, and check that the general shape is looking good. I will also move this up a bit and leave it like that for now. Let's now work on the fingers. So I will create a cube again, go into edit mode, and scale it on the X-axis. And now I will make a shape similar to this. So each of these vertices will correspond to a joint. I will erase all this and start rotating this a bit. Rotate over here too. And then extrude each of these parts. Extrude this over here, rotate it a bit. Same for this one, rotate a bit and extrude. And rotate even a bit more. Now I have this shape. This will make the finger. I will select both shapes and isolate them to have a cleaner workspace. And now I will press Ctrl R to create a loop over here. And move them down. This will help me accentuate this shape. Okay, and now I will add a subdivision modifier. Subdivision surface, I will set the first to simple mode and the second in smooth mode. And this is the resulting shape. We can add even one more subdivision level, and this is already a pretty good base for the fingers. So I will adjust this a bit. Make the tip of the finger a bit sharper, more pronounced. We will also sculpt it in a second. And here at the base, I will scale. I must select everything first, then scale. This is the finger's origin. Here go the knuckles. I will extrude it a bit more and then scale it again. Maybe add this extra volume so it fits nicely on the palm. OK, I will press Alt-S and scale everything a bit in the direction of the normals to thicken it all. That's it. OK, let's apply both subdivision levels, always from top to bottom, pressing Ctrl A. And now we can go into sculpt mode. I will apply the transforms first by pressing Ctrl A and apply the rotation. Now press R, Z, and 90 to comfortably work in mirror. I think I should fully rotate this. Let's select it again and press R, Z, and 180 to make a full turn. And this will be the tip. This one over here. So let's go into sculpt mode, enable mirror on X, and make sure it's the correct axis. It's not, we need Y. And round this a bit. Smooth it out. We will make this part more pronounced, and with the clay strips brush, we can add some volume so it looks more rounded. We want to make a very feminine finger. Ladies' fingers tend to be more pointy, while those of men are a bit more pronounced, thicker. We will also add some volume to the joints. You can see that the joints are always a bit thicker. We can smooth out this border a bit at the side, so it's well rounded. And keep polishing the shape. Here at the bottom of the joint, we can use the crease brush to emphasize this sinking a bit more. Same over here. And keep adjusting. Make sure to smoothen it all so the result is nicely rounded, and all those sharp edges of the initial geometry just go away. Okay then, we have this shape, and now we will place this finger on the hand's palm. I will rotate it and place it over here. I will add the subdivision surface modifier to this palm piece in simple mode, and we will add another subdivision level also in simple mode, and then add yet another subdivision level, but this time in smooth mode. Okay, this is the resulting shape. Now we can apply all the modifiers from top to bottom. Okay, so now let's place the fingers on the palm, but first I must polish the palm shape a bit. It's not so flat. I will make it a bit concave. This would be the top part. Smoothen these borders and then press Ctrl R in order to perform a remesh and smoothen everything out, because this geometry wasn't looking too good. Okay, let's keep adjusting this shape. And now, we will start shaping this part at the beginning of the thumb. Okay, let's start placing the fingers, and we will make further adjustments later on. I will duplicate this finger, scale it, rotate it like this. Rotate again, scale, and I think the finger is okay, but as our character is wearing gauntlets, we can make it a bit thicker. I will go into edit mode and press Alt-S to scale it in the direction of the normals, so it becomes thicker. Something like that. I will also adjust this palm since it's kinda elongated. That's it. Okay, I will scale it just a tad and keep duplicating the fingers. Duplicate it this way and place it in the corresponding position. Okay, perfect. I will duplicate this one first. Adjust the last one, as it has too much rotation, and I will adjust this first one. I will use free rotation pressing R twice and place it over here. As this corresponds to the thumb, it should be shorter. So I will shrink it with the grab brush and also make it bigger at the base using the inflate brush. I still have mirror enabled, so this works perfectly. I will use it like this at first. Okay, and now disable mirror. We will generate this volume here that I mentioned earlier. The volume over here and this one here. So for the volume at the base of the thumb, we can simply do this. This way, I will drag it all up a bit. And actually, I should rotate this thumb a bit more. It should make an angle of almost 40 degrees with the palm. That was too much, let's readjust it. Around here should be fine. If in doubt, a good tip is to look at your own hand. There's no better referent than that. We're currently making a left hand, so it's the perfect occasion to check your left hand while you work with your right hand, and use it as a referent to review the position. That's actually what I'm doing right now while I'm recording. Okay, we will add some more volume over here. I will use the clay strips brush to add a bit more volume to this area. I will do a remesh, but lowering the resolution a bit. Let's set this to 0.06. That should be a good value. That's it. Let's check it from the side. This looks too exaggerated when checking it from this angle. I will reduce it a bit. And I should also add some volume over here. Okay, good. Now we will adjust the finger size. They are currently all equal. The middle finger is always the longest. So we will leave this one as it is, and scale down the index just a tad. Then proceed with the ring finger, and finally the pinky, which is the tiniest. And we will also rotate all the fingers a bit. So I will rotate them, correctly place it again, rotate it a bit, and this will help us making the hand look much more relaxed. Like this. Okay. There's something else we should do. All the fingers should point slightly towards the center. And right now, they're all pointing to the front. I will rotate them then, so they all point towards the center. And now, fix their placement on the hand. Okay, perfect. Okay, our hand is almost finished now. We will keep making some adjustments to the shape. We can open them a bit, considering we will perform a retopology later on, which will be easier if we have wider fingers. Okay, let's check that it looks nice from all the angles. That's it. Okay, I think this hand is ready. We could now add a bit of volume from the tendons. Insinuate them on the back of the hand. Stroke with the crease brush. And we can also drag these bases a bit to accentuate the location where the knuckles will be placed. We will try to achieve a really polished result, so it feels really natural at the moment of adding the gauntlet that our character is wearing. Okay, let's place this hand over here, then duplicate it and adjust it to the correct position by pressing R twice. We will scale it, rotate it, and move it until it fits nicely with the rest of the body. Around here, it looks fine. We will have to smooth it out later, because now that we placed it in the character, it feels kinda tense, as if the hand was making a big effort. Okay. I feel it should be just a bit smaller. That's it. And similarly, we will adjust the forearm so it blends nicely with the hand. Okay, I will grab all this, scale it a bit. I believe we can also upscale the arm a little. Adjust the arm shape a bit. Now I will check all the angles, making sure it looks good from all perspectives. I will rotate the whole hand in the Z-axis. That's it. Now that I'm looking at it from this angle, I think we can smooth this out. The hand in general. Also the thumb, to reduce the tension. That's it. Let's give it another quick check. Okay, good. I will keep rotating and panning a while more. I want to make sure that all the surface looks good, and that all the pieces are correctly positioned, that they look right. I think we can scale this a tad and adjust the position. That's it. Okay, now I will grab the whole hand. We have some more mirrored objects around here. This one, for example. I will press Shift, then Ctrl L, and select Copy Modifiers. That will copy the mirror, and my model will be symmetric. After doing that, however, I immediately feel that these arms are way too long. I will move this upwards and scale the forearm. Maybe we exaggerated when we scaled it a few moments ago. Okay, I will also rotate the whole arm, looking for this shape. So the arm in general looks a bit more relaxed. I will move it here. Select this, rotate it forwards. I will rotate it backwards a bit. Now this forearm, forwards. And for the hand, rotate it like this, so the position looks more relaxed. No. We must rotate it again on the z-axis. Okay, now it looks better, and we will make some final adjustments to the position. We will make these little adjustments so the hand feels more natural. Here, for example, I must drag the entire area of the base to the back. And again, rotate it a bit more. Now I will rotate just the fingers. That's it. Okay, good. We have finished the hands, and the next step will be to work on the feet. Remember then to save your file, and see you in the next video.